One, I don't know if he quite had the command that he normally has, and not because of walks, just the freedom in the zone with all four pitches. But we got some good swings off. I was proud of our guys. And we look comfortable. We look like you hear hitters say a lot. You're seeing the ball well, and it looked like we saw it well today. And sometimes it's just that. Sometimes it's not. The other pitcher did anything wrong. But we had a really good night offensively last night. I talked about the approach, and we hung in there, and we got some breaks last night. Some balls fell our way. Today, it was a really good offensive day for us. So two of the guys you just talked to obviously swung it really well, and Judd and Will. But Hill continues to swing and get hits, and Smithwick had a big night and some big hits, and so and we were able to put them in bunches. And when you do that, usually it's going to be a good night.
Two nights in a row, you guys have been really good with runners in scoring position. Has that been a point of emphasis recently?
Well, I don't know if it's been a point of emphasis from the beginning. We just haven't been very good at it. Some of the guys are, I think, starting to swing a little bit better and feel a little bit better throughout the lineup, and that helps. Sometimes when it comes to a couple pieces or a couple pieces cool down a little bit, sometimes those guys are up, with runners in scoring position. But for what it's worth, I just think we've had two really good nights, offensively.
Just like you drew it up there in the fourth, because Morris gets those 2 outs when he was still kind of the game right there, pretty tough early. He was pretty good.
Yeah, you could tell he ran out of juice, and part of that I think was last night he was up for a while last night, and Joel does such a great job with our bullpen staff where they actually count the pitches that they throw, so you can kind of limit and kind of figure out where they are. But because of the lead, he doesn't, as you guys know, he normally comes in behind Hunter, but because of the lead and extending the lead, he got hot a couple times and then ends up not coming into the game. And so, critical spot, gets us off the field. I thought that was as big as any part of the game and anything we did offensively, but then kind of ran out of juice a little bit. And then you can see why they're so good over there. They can play.
Tried hard to avoid Spencer, but just obviously kind of had to do late.
Yeah, and well, I don't know if I understand, appreciate what you said, but we felt like it was going to be tough to get through this game without him pitching. We didn't really want to throw McCausland, but knew that he could be behind. We talked about it in the meeting that Spencer would come in the 8th today. Almost we tried hard not to bring him. If that's what you're talking about, you're right. Yeah. There was a sense of, do we bring him in the 7th? But we still had had a lead, and then Walker did what he does. He comes in there and throws the ball in the strike zone. So again, we tried to avoid it, but the job is to win the game, and you can try to prepare for tomorrow, but at the end of the day, you don't want to kick yourself that you got some really good bullets down there and you don't use them. So we used them.
I think Judd or Kemp puts it farther. He just had to get out here and let them start firing away. Who you got?
I'm probably going to go Kam.
Okay.
All right. But
Judd had a good day. He had 7 RBIs.
He did. He has 7 RBIs. But Judd's got some time. Judd, Kemp's been around for a while, and when you start to talk about just a full season, I think a lot of people don't talk about that with Judd. Like, this is really a first healthy full where he's played baseball for a while, and he's been banged up a lot in his career, and proud of him. He's played really well, and we've talked about it so much. Not just that, but defensively and being able to play a lot of different positions. He's been super for us.
Senior night, what did that class mean for this program?
That's special, and so everybody knows it's when we say senior, like, people do it for all different, do it and define it a lot of different ways. We try to honor the kids that aren't going to wear the uniform anymore, and so they're used up their eligibility. So even though like a Hunter Elliott is a senior and already graduated last year, he's been here for 4 years. He eligibility-wise, he could come back, obviously, and so those are only the guys that have used up their eligibility. It's the last time that at Swayze Field, even if you host a regional, you can't do something like that. So this is the last time that you can really honor them, and it's always a special moment. I know it's special for them, and I know it's really cool because it's really special for moms and dads, to be out there, and I think it's great for the fans to be able to applaud and honor those kids. So I think it's always a special day for us.
A lot of first-year guys in that group, too.
Yeah, and a lot of first-year guys that really impacted this year.
Thanks, Mike.
Thanks, Mike.
All right, guys, appreciate it.